Cruising is very, very expensive, right? Well, it doesn't have to be. I am at the end of an 8-day Mediterranean cruise on board the Costa Toscana, the 10th biggest cruise ship in the entire world. And at the end of this video, I'm gonna tell you how much I paid for this cruise. But first, we're gonna be enjoying our last day on board. We have our last port today, which is Marseille, France. And then I will give you some tips on how you can get a cheap cruise like I did, because the price that I paid for this cruise, so cheap, ridiculously cheap. It's been so much fun up until now. So let's go to Marseille. Actually, we are not in Marseille yet. As soon as I saw this port, I was reminded that I have been here before, and this is not a good cruise port, because here is the cruise terminal building, and you have to walk all the way down there about 1 mile to a bus stop. And there's very, very few buses that go to the city, because Marseille city is about 4 miles over there. So we might have a bit of a problem getting to Marseille this morning. But I'm getting off the ship right now, so let's see what happens. That announcement was telling us in 6 languages that the gangway is on deck 3. And here we go, welcome to France. And there it is, the 10th biggest cruise ship in the world. And the long walk begins. I honestly don't know how the cruise line can expect people to make this walk and then get on a bus just to get to the city that you are advertising. If you say we're going to Marseille, you should get us to Marseille. That is what I think, because a few days ago we were in Rome, and Rome was like 60 miles away or something ridiculous. Like, if you say we're going to Rome, you have to get us to Rome. I don't think it's fair. But there is our ship, and then next to us, it looks like an MSC, not sure which one it is, but I honestly don't know what's gonna happen with this bus. The last time I was here, people were fighting. Okay, check this out. This is the line for the free shuttle to Marseille City. That is ridiculous. This is nothing to do with Costa, because I came here before with another cruise line. It's exactly the same. So I'm actually gonna go outside the port and try and take a public French bus. I don't know what's gonna happen, but that is like a 2-hour wait, because the bus comes like every 30 minutes, and of course people are gonna be fighting to get on. It's ridiculous. Marseille Port, one of the worst. Let's go outside the port, see what happens. Just spoke to that security guard there, and he said there is a public bus coming, number 35T, just outside the terminal. That line is just outrageous. There's 2 ships today, right? So our ship has 6,000 people. Let's say the other one has 4, 5, 6,000 people. So you have 10,000 people, and you're still gonna put a bus every 30 minutes. It's ridiculous. Like, you have to do something. It's crazy. Anyway, I'm not gonna complain about that anymore. Hopefully we can take a public bus. If we can't, then life goes on, you know? Everything's an adventure, everything's an adventure. So this cruise has been 8 days, and if I get this bus, this is the first time that I've spent money in 8 days. I've not spent a single penny on the ship, off the ship. So the price that I'm gonna say at the end of this video is for everything included. If you don't know about cruising, all the food's included, entertainment. I got a balcony cabin. I didn't pay for a balcony, but I got a free upgrade. The balcony's included, everything's included. So I've not spent any money this week. This bus will be the first time. And this is beautiful Marseille. Not really. By the way, I'm stepping off the ship at 11:30, so it's not even prime time. The ship got here at 8:30 this morning, and that is when most people get off. So that line, that's a shorter line compared to what it was this morning. There goes that free shuttle. So it's not only people getting off the ships to go to the city today, people are disembarking today. So if you have an early flight, you have to wait in that line. You gotta take a taxi, or gotta do something else, because you're gonna be late. All right, I see the bus stop. It is across the street, and there's a lot of people there. So I wasn't the only one to think to take the public bus. I have no idea how the French buses work. I don't know if I can just use my debit card to tap on and tap off. I don't know. But the line is definitely shorter than over there, but I don't know if I'm gonna get on this bus, because it's pulling in right now. It is 11:35, bus comes at 11:40, which is right now. So let's see what happens. All of these people are waiting. I don't think I'm gonna get on this bus. I think there's too many people. 35T. All these people are just gonna run and push. Oh, this is gonna be ugly. People are fighting already.
Che cazzo fai? Apri, poi chiudi! Cazzo!
Guys screaming at the bus driver. This is so bad. This is so bad. Ridiculous.
Attendez! Vas-y! Vas-y!
What a shambles. Absolutely terrible. This great experience is included in the price of the cruise, if you're wondering. It's a lot of fun. So according to the schedule, the bus comes every 20 minutes, but now is 11:40, but it says the next bus is coming at 1:40, which is in 2 hours. So I have no idea what's going to happen. There's a lot of people here. Everybody's angry, everybody's mad. The bus driver didn't want to wait, and it's terrible. Nothing to do with the cruise line, but the cruise line know that this is going on. They need to do something about it, but all you can do is laugh. Now the bus just got here. Let's try and get on. Damn. And breathe. Oh my gosh, that was chaos. Don't ask me how much that bus was. Don't ask me how to buy a ticket. I have no idea. Nobody had a ticket on that bus. It was just chaos. Imagine if that was your first impression of France in your life. Damn, Daniel. Anyway, welcome to Marseille. We're still not in the center. I need to remember to come back here to try and take the bus back to the port. The center of Marseille is about a 20-minute walk. I'd rather walk than take another bus because that was not good. Anyway, welcome to Marseille. We're going to be walking around for a few hours. It is 12 noon. We have a few interesting things to see in Marseille, France today. There goes the tram. Marseille is one of those places where I've been to before and no ambition to come back here. It's not a nice place, I'll be honest. I have made it to the harbour in Marseille. By the way, this video is being filmed 5 days before Christmas. There's an ice skating rink here and there's a Christmas market. Let's check out the Christmas market a little bit. Here we go, here we go. You are going to be watching this video after Christmas, so I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. Today is the 20th of December. One thing I have noticed about Italy and France is there's a lot more signs in English in Italy rather than France. Haven't seen any. Not complaining, by the way, not complaining, just saying. And this is what the harbour looks like. It's beautiful. I remember coming here before, but of course also all this Christmas stuff wasn't here. So this is a big open wide space, but it's a very, very, very nice harbour and it smells like fish. They have the fishermen selling their catches every morning. I have stayed connected during this cruise with Sim Local, the only eSIM company that partners with the best local network providers in each country. Personalized plans include calling, SMS and data as well as unlimited plans. Most competitors only provide data, no calls. 100% refund policy, best prices on the market as low as $1 for 1 gigabyte of data. Hotspot and tethering to share data with other devices. 15 years of experience on the market, very reliable, great customer service, #1 provider of local plans worldwide, 4 and 5G in 220 destinations worldwide. This is what the Sim Local app looks like. You can select global if you're going to more than one country during your trip. You can select the duration of your trip and how much data you need. The prices are great, the customer service are great, and they have kept me connected throughout this whole cruise. I've been to 3 countries, Spain, Italy, and France, and the connection has been perfect the entire time. You can save 5% today with my link, so click the link in the description, or you can scan this QR code to get your next eSIM data plan to stay connected during your next trip. This is an extremely busy area of the city. We're pretty much downtown here. I'm not sure if you can see, but there is a bike down there. And there's also an electric scooter right down there. They've been down there for a long time. But this harbor area is so beautiful. But it is very, very busy. People are doing their Christmas shopping. It's extremely mild today. I've been extremely lucky with the weather during this cruise. A December cruise in the Mediterranean, that's got rain written all over it, but it's not been too bad. We have not had a single drop of rain and the temperatures haven't been that low pretty much every single day. But today has definitely been the warmest day of this cruise so far. So this is the first port of this cruise in France. The last few days we've been in Italy. Yesterday we were in my favorite port of the cruise, that was Savona, Italy. Beautiful place. And I can say that all of the Italian ports are a lot more beautiful than Marseille. I can hear a band playing over here, so let's try and check it out. I gotta get out of the touristy areas. I gotta see what Marseille's really like. So just north of the harbor is La Panière, and apparently this is Marseille's oldest neighborhood. So let's see what it's like. I like to do things and see things that you can't get on an excursion or an organized tour, and that is see the real place. And the only way to see it is to get out there and see it. I know it might not be very interesting to some people, but I find it fascinating to see real places, real people. And that's what I've tried to do this entire cruise. I haven't taken any excursions, and that is going to add a lot of money to your cruise price if you do excursions, because they can be very, very expensive. But I've taken zero. Just got off, just walked around for a few hours in the port and see what you find. Pigeon, French pigeon. I just got super excited because I saw this massive building across the street, and I was like, what is that? What is that? I looked it up. It's a hotel. It is literally just a hotel. Nothing special. But if you do take the side roads, then you find stuff like this. Don't think I've ever seen dog graffiti before. That is cool. Right next to the seahorse and the jellyfish. Damn, there's a lot. It goes all the way down there. I like just walking around, seeing what you're going to find and exploring a new place. But the problem is, you don't really know if you're walking into a bad area or bad neighborhood. You don't know where you shouldn't go. So you got to be very careful. There's a cute little street. Apparently this is one of the oldest streets in Marseille. I like this street a lot. Very colorful. Very nice. See, you can walk through the residential areas and then you see a massive cathedral. Look at that thing. That is massive. And it's right next to the ocean. We might be able to see the ship. I'm not sure because the ship is over there. I think I can see it in the distance. It's a beautiful day today. The sun is shining. I thought it was going to be chilly, but nope. I can zoom in now and the ship is out there in the distance a few miles away. I found the entrance to the cathedral. Let's try and go inside. I'm in. I've never seen palm trees in a church before. Maybe it's a Christmas thing. Got some flying cherubs. Always so impressed by cathedrals. They're massive. I assume this is Christmas stuff and not all year round. I see some stuff on the outside as well. Very nice. Look at all these fishies. It's glass. Very, very nice. There has been a cathedral on these grounds since the 12th century, which is absolutely incredible. And from the cathedral, we're going to go see a fortress. It says online to get to the fortress, you should cross the footbridge, which I assume is that one there, but I don't know how you get up there. Here is the museum, but I don't want to go in there. I just want to cross the bridge. So by the way, this is called Fort Saint Jean, and I think we need to cross the street to cross the bridge. Here we go. I found the bridge. Let's cross. That is the harbor that we were at earlier. If you go left, it's going to take you to where the Christmas market is, and then the other side we can see the cathedral, and then the ship is over there. in the distance. If you ever want to come here, the entrance to the bridge is just across the street from the Church of Saint Laurent. I think we can go inside here. Let's check it out. It looks so old. Of course, a lot smaller than the last cathedral. This church dates back 1153, almost 900 years old. Incredible. To be honest, I thought today was going to be a disaster, especially after the bus situation, but it's turned out to be a really nice day. It's been super chill and I've seen some nice things, but it is time to head back to the ship. Well, try and head back to the ship. I'm going to walk towards the bus station and try and take this bus back to the port. I don't know what's going to happen, but it is currently 2:30, and whenever you get off the ship, you need to make sure you know what time all aboard is, because it's not the same every day, and today it is 5:30, so I have plenty of time. And I don't know what's gonna happen with the bus, so let's take a nice walk back to the bus station. It's a wedding, they're setting off fireworks in the street. I have just realized that this is the latest that I'm getting back to the ship this whole cruise. It is 2:45 and the buffet for lunch is going to close at 4. So if there's a problem with the buses, I might not make it back to the ship before lunch closes. So hopefully there's a bus waiting. I've also just realized that even if I do get the bus, I still got to do that walk back to the ship. I think I'm going to be too late for lunch. Okay, I'm back at that square. I see some people from the ship waiting for the bus, so hopefully it comes along soon. Bon voyage, Marseille. In my opinion, Marseille is one of the worst cities in the whole of Europe. If I never come back here for the rest of my life, I would be okay with it. But I did enjoy today, to be honest. I enjoyed walking around. Now I just have to do that 20-minute walk back to the ship. The only way to avoid this walk is to take a taxi, because the free shuttle bus and the public bus are going to stop over there. So if you don't want to make this walk, you have to pay for a taxi. There is no other option, which I think is absolutely outrageous. Nothing to do with Costa. It's the port of Marseille. It's ridiculous. Well, I say it's not the cruise line's fault, but it kind of is, right? Because they know for a fact that 6,000 people from your cruise ship have to make this walk, or pay money for a taxi, because those are the only two options. Then you should do something about it, right? You got to pay for like shuttle buses or something, because it's a ridiculous system. But I came here to Marseille over a year ago on MSC and it was exactly the same. So it doesn't matter if I complain, it doesn't matter if everybody complains. It seems like they're not going to do anything about it, which they should, because it's crazy. It is crazy. I can't believe that they think this is acceptable. And by the way, it's 20 minutes for me walking at this pace. So however long it takes you to walk 1 mile, that is how long it's going to take you for a walk from the ship just to the shuttle bus, not even to the city. It is outrageous. Anyway, I'm not going to complain about it anymore. Well, I'm not complaining really. I'm just letting you know that if you ever visit Marseille, then that is what you're going to have to deal with. By the way, this is the MSC World Europa. So if you were on this ship in Marseille, December the 20th, 2025, we were here the same day. Making it back. 3:34. Here we go, here we go. I can relax, I can relax. Gonna run to my cabin quick and then straight to the buffet. It is very busy even at the last minute. I think a lot of people embark today because a lot of people are doing the safety drill. But welcome to the buffet. It's a very, very big buffet, but of course there are so many people. Not many desserts left. Oh no. Another thing that's going to push the price up on your cruise is the drinks package. I don't have the drinks package, and you will only get complimentary water in the buffet on Costa. You get nothing, not even juice, not even coffee, nothing. What a mad rush. I deserve 2 desserts after that. Got some stir fry, some pasta, and of course 2 desserts. Let's eat lunch. Here is the Colosseo. There is no atrium on this ship, so this is right in the heart of the ship. And I'm very excited that my favorite show is on again tonight. It's called Leonardo the Genius, and it's going to be right here. If you did not watch the previous videos, then yes, it's a beautiful looking theater, but it is one of the worst theaters I've ever been in. I'll tell you why later, but we will be coming back here later to watch Leonardo the Genius. I'm in the casino right now, and if there's one tip I can tell you about the casino is these coin pushing machines. These coins won't even fall when the ship is rocking, so what does that tell you? Another way to keep the cost down on your cruise is not going to specialty restaurants. Here is the pizza restaurant, and you will have to pay extra for this. You will get assigned a dining room when you board the ship. It's going to tell you where to go and what time to go. But if you want an elevated specialty dining, then you can pay for it. They have steak, they have Italian, they have French, there's a sushi restaurant, and of course pizza. But you don't have to. So I have not spent a single penny on food for the last 8 days. But if you are going to do one, then I recommend teppanyaki. They cook it right in front of you, hibachi style, and the food is so good. Another thing that is going to elevate the price of your cruise is which cabin you choose. When I booked this cruise, I booked the cheapest cabin on the entire ship, which is an interior cabin, but Costa was very, very kind, and they upgraded me to a balcony cabin right at the front of the ship on deck 9. So let me show you. My cabin is 9001. And this has been my home for the last 8 days. I have the dreaded luggage tags. That means I'm leaving tomorrow. But this is my balcony cabin. It's been really nice. I never ever book a balcony. And I didn't even book a balcony this time, but they upgraded me, like I said. And this has been my view. It's been super nice having a balcony. Definitely something that I could get used to. There's a ferry sailing away. I've spent so much time on the balcony in the mornings and in the evenings because it's super cool out there. I have one negative about this whole cabin, and it's in the bathroom. And I don't know if it's possible to take a shower without flooding the whole shower, because you close the door and in this little hole, for some reason, it just floods the floor every single time. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but that's literally the only negative. There's space underneath the bed for your suitcase. This is 2 smaller beds put together, but I haven't had any problems at all. The outlets, these are the only outlets. There's one there. It has 1 USB and then 1 Euro outlet. Euros are the only outlets they have on this ship. And then over by the desk, they have 2 more Euro and then 2 more USB. I'm ready to go for the final evening. Here is my outfit for tonight. There is so much going on in the schedule tonight. So it is currently 6:45, and at 7:45 is the show that I told you about, Leonardo the Genius. That's going to be in the Colosseo, deck 6, 7, and 8. I'm going to try and get the best seat in the house on deck 6. So I'm going to go right now, an hour before the show. There's a Spanish party. There is the second showing of Leonardo the Genius. If you don't catch it the first time, that's at 9:30. They have karaoke, they have bingo, you can win 100,000 euros. There's an Italian party, there's a disco, there is so much going on. But right now, I need to try and get a good seat, because 99% of the seats at the Colosseo, they're bad seats. So, let's go. We have just departed from Marseille, and the ship is rocking so much already. I think a lot of people are gonna get sick tonight. There's a lot of people that embarked today, so it's their first night. And I found out that 1,200 people are going to be disembarking tomorrow in Barcelona, same day as me. I've also noticed that the staff are wearing their Christmas hats today. walking out on the open deck. Sorry if it's a little bit windy. The open ocean is terrifying and beautiful, and I bet very, very, very cold. So that show is called Leonardo the Genius. It is the best show on this ship. If you ever go on a Costa ship and they have that show, go and see it. I got prime time seats. The singers, the dancers, acrobats, the costumes, the songs, everything is so good. So good, the best show that I've seen on this ship. Luckily, the buffet closes at 9 p.m. tonight. Usually it's 8:30 and I have to run from the show to the buffet, but I have a little bit of time. So let's go and have our last dinner in the buffet. And there it is, some pasta, some shrimp, 2 chocolate cakes, and that is my last dinner.
Oh, Oscar, 63.
Bingo.
63. 63. 63. 63.
That is it. My 8-day Mediterranean cruise on board the Costa Toscana is almost at an end. I have one more night, one more morning, and then tomorrow we will arrive in Barcelona, Spain. I will disembark and I will fly home back to London. While I was standing there in the rock club listening to the rock band, and I was in there for 3 hours, and I was thinking, if I wasn't traveling alone, there's no way I would be able to do this. Nobody told me to do anything in the last 8 days. This is the great thing about solo travel. It's not for everybody, I understand that, but if anybody out there is thinking about traveling by themselves, just do it. You literally do whatever you want to do. Whatever your perfect vacation is, that's what you do. I wanted to be in the rock club for 3 hours because it's so much fun, so that's what I did. Nobody told me no. Nobody told me to stop eating. Nobody told me to be there. Nobody told me to be there. You literally do whatever you want to do. So just go for it. Just go. Just travel. Just travel. What else are you going to do? You're going to stay home? Just go for it. Just travel. So these are the factors, okay? Number 1, solo travel. This is a big one. I paid for one person. I did not pay double supplement. I paid for one person. The second factor is super duper out of season. It is the week before Christmas, Mediterranean, cold weather, not the summer, okay? Not high season. The next factor, I booked super last minute. I booked 1 week before the departure date. 1 week, 7 days. Of course, it helps that I'm flexible. Not everybody can be as flexible as me because, of course, people have commitments, people have jobs, people have school. So I'm very, very lucky. I understand that I'm lucky to be this flexible. I found this cruise 1 week ago and I booked it and I jumped on it. That's why I'm here now. So 7 days before. The next factor is I had absolutely no add-ons. Nothing. I did not have a drinks package. I did not have excursions. I did not have specialty dining. I did not have Wi-Fi. All of these things are going to add up and it's going to make your cruise even more expensive. The next factor was I paid for the cheapest cabin possible. I paid for an interior cabin, of course. I was very, very lucky to get a free upgrade. I did not pay for this balcony cabin. I paid for the interior cabin. That was the cheapest one available. And then I got a surprise upgrade from Costa. Thanks, Costa. So get a number in your mind. For the last 8 days, it's paid for my accommodation, this cabin. I have not paid a single penny for food. I've had 3 meals every single day. I've had entertainment every single day. I traveled. I've been to 3 countries in the last 8 days. And everything was included in the price that I paid for the cruise. I paid nothing extra. I just checked my balance. My balance for this cruise is $0. $0, €0, £0, nothing. I spent nothing. Literally nothing. I had 0 add-ons. Of course, if you want to get the Wi-Fi, get it. If you want to get the drinks package, get it. You travel however you want to. But I traveled the cheapest amount possible. I paid nothing extra. So get a number in your mind. Get a number in your mind. Super last minute, out of season, solo traveler, cheapest cabin, no extras. I paid a total. Oh, by the way, and I booked through the Costa website. No travel agents, no external websites, whatever. Directly with Costa. I paid 194 pounds, 194 British pounds. That works out to 263 US dollars. Divided by 8 days, $32 per day. $32 per day for an 8-day cruise. You show me one single basic hotel room with just a bed for $32. You can't. And everything I just talked about is included in the price of the cruise. This is why I love cruising. People that don't like cruising, I don't get it. I don't get it. Everything is included for that $32 per day. I 100% ate more than $32 worth of food, plus the accommodation, plus the entertainment, plus the travel. I've done all this stuff for that amount of money. It's bonkers. This was the cheapest Christmas cruise in the entire world. 197 Great British pounds for 8 days in the Mediterranean on the 10th biggest cruise ship in the entire world. You can't get better than that. So let's talk about my experience quickly. Let's talk about Costa. This is my second time on Costa, and if you watched the previous series on the Costa Diadema, I did not have a great experience. There were some good things, some bad things, but I had such a better experience this time around. Number one, I think this ship is absolutely beautiful. It's massive. It's a very, very, very nice ship. It's a brand new ship. 2022 is when it started sailing. There are some big negatives, and if you watch the videos from this cruise series, you know exactly what I'm going to say. Both of the theaters are absolutely terrible. The Colosseo and the Arena, 90%, 95% of the seats are bad seats. It's unbelievable what Costa has done with these theaters. I don't know what they were thinking. What were you thinking, Costa? That they put so much money and effort into building this massive ship and then put 2 terrible theaters in there. Doesn't make any sense to me. Another big negative was I did not go to the main dining room for dinner one single time this cruise because I'm traveling solo, and usually when people are traveling solo, they put them on a big table with other people traveling solo. I've had bad experiences with this in the past. I was put on a table and it just got weird and kind of stalker vibes, like someone was like finding me around the ship, and it just got really weird. So I really didn't want to put myself through that. It could be really great. You could meet people that you hit it off with, that you have things in common and you have fun with, or it could go the other way and it could be really bad. So that's why I did not want to risk it. And a lot of the viewers that watched the first video when I talked about it, they agreed with me. They didn't want to risk sitting with strangers and it could be weird. I just didn't want to do that. So I got put on the waiting list by the maitre d', just in case someone changes tables and you can have your own table. It didn't happen. So I never went to the main dining room once. That's why I was going to the buffet for dinner, which it wasn't ideal. Like it's not something I would complain about. Like a few people told me to go complain because they weren't accommodating to solo travelers, but it's really not something I'm going to complain about because, you know, I had the buffet there and I was happy to go to the buffet. But I do like going to the main dining room because, you know, you put on a little bit nicer clothes. Not saying I'm dressed up, but, you know, like I want to go out for the evening. I want to go watch a show. I want to have a nice dinner, and you can't really have a nice dinner in the buffet just because it's so busy. It's a very big buffet. It's a very nice buffet. I was very, very pleased with the food, but you know, I wasn't elevated. I want to sit down and pick from a menu, and I didn't do that a single time just because they couldn't accommodate me with a single table at dinner, which was a shame. But like I said, I'm not going to complain about it. I just realized that I spoke for 10 minutes, so I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to wrap it up by saying thank you. I appreciate it so much that you take the time out of your day to watch my videos. It still blows my mind that people are sending me messages saying they're excited to watch the next video and the next video. It makes me so happy that people enjoy my videos because I love filming these videos. I love this cruise experience. Every single video from every single day is there if you want to watch them, so feel free. But I just want to say thank you. I cannot do these cruises if you don't watch my videos, so thank you. Thank you. This is going to be the end of the cruise series. I'm not going to film anything tomorrow because I'm literally going to wake up, I'm going to have breakfast, I'm going to disembark, go to Barcelona airport, and I'm going to fly back to London. That's it. That's all I'm going to do. So this is goodbye. And by the time you watch this video, I think I'm going to be on the other side of the world. So hit subscribe if you want to see what I am talking about, and there's definitely going to be more cruises in the future because I love cruising. Don't be afraid to solo travel. Don't be afraid to go on a cruise because I got a great deal on this and I've appreciated every single minute of it. Today was a little bit crazy, but you know, it's just part of life. That's all I'm trying to do, just live life and have fun, and I really hope that you enjoy watching my videos. The end of this cruise was December the 21st, 2025, but of course you are watching this video after Christmas, so I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. The new year is going to bring me a brand new challenge and a big life change, and I hope you are excited to watch it. Thank you. I'm going to stop saying thank you. One more. Thank you. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.